Hello, 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 and happy Saturday, everyone. It is Saturday on June 1st, 2024. It is the first day of the new month. How we all feeling? I know I'm feeling fantastic. I'm going to take a moment just to check in to make sure I'm streaming where I need to. So while I do that, get yourself comfortable, grab yourself your pen and notebook, maybe a glass of water, and sit comfortably so we can have a conversation and spend an hour together. So let me just make sure I'm streaming where I need to stream. Then I will introduce myself, if in case you don't know who I am. And we're going to make this a fun night of wisdom where you can utilize this information into your day to day. So if you are watching from X, known as Twitter, please go ahead and hit the heart and let me know that you're here. So I am streaming live there. Let's go over to YouTube. Oops. I'm going to see that I'm streaming live on YouTube as well. And I happen to be streaming live there. All right. If you are watching on YouTube, please go ahead and share it out. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. Help me grow my page. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you as well. And then I'm going to land on Facebook, which is where I usually land because that's usually where all the interaction takes place. All right. I see that I am on my page, and I'm just going to share this on my groups, some of my groups for that matter. All right. I'm also going to invite some of you in, see who's around. All righty. All right. I'm going to leave that for now. See who hops in. If in a few minutes I don't see anyone with me, then of course I'll go ahead and invite some of you in. So before we dive further into this, again, let me introduce myself. For those of you who do not know who I am, maybe following me for the very first time, I am Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. I am the founder of Holistic Fitness and Why, located in Queens. I am the host of Joanne's Healing Within, which you can actually watch live the first Monday of the month at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Strong Island Television, and of course on a replay on most major platforms such as Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV, and then of course podcasts, which would be on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, and that's just to name a few of them. I am also your certified and licensed holistic personal trainer. I do work with women over 40 to help them get strong and feel comfortable in their own body. After all, ladies, weights are your friend. I'm a Reiki master, medical astrologer, master of numerology, card creator, and card reader. So today's title is June, a Wild Ride. Why am I calling this a wild ride? Anytime we have more than one transit going on at a time, and transits means where either a zodiac sign or a planet is changing from one place to the next. And anytime we have multiple of those in a week, within a 2-week period, or in this case, throughout the entire month of June, that's a wild ride, because where this is going to land for you is going to help you define what's going on in your life regarding your relationships, your work, your business, your money, your health, your close relationships, your intimate relationships, and even for that matter, travel. So, happy Gemini season. For those of you who do carry Gemini in Sun, Moon, and Ascending, yes, you're definitely going to be feeling this energy. For those of you who have mutable signs, such as Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, yes, you're going to be feeling this energy. And along with those who do have Taurus and Aries in your chart, you'll definitely be feeling this energy as well, because we do have a lot going on there. And let me not, and I already mentioned Pisces, so there's no need to mention that one again. So anyway, how are you all doing? What are you all up to? If you are here with me, let me know that you are here. I'm just gonna again invite some of you in because I always love to have fun conversations with people, knowing that you are here. And I do get it that sometimes you have other things going on and maybe you cannot be here during the live, but I would love for you to be here. So I'm just tagging, and well, I'm actually inviting, not tagging, inviting. Inviting. Mm-mm-mm. There we go. I just invited 3, and hopefully some more people will pop in. And if not, like I said, you can catch this on the replay. So I'm just going to dive right into the conversation today because there's a lot to cover in a little bit of time because I really only want to take up 60 minutes of your time. The first half hour is going to be all the insight based on what's going on in the month of June from based on date to date. So again, I want you to have your pen and paper so you can jot down. Now, if for whatever the reasons are, you need to listen first and then come back later to do that as well, that's fine too. You can always come back later and rewatch this on my YouTube channel, which is Holistic Fitness NY. It's right there. And if you have not subscribed to that page, please do so. That would be very helpful. So let's dive right into this for June season. So before we go into the actual dates, I do want to remind you that when we talk about June's energy, June carries theoretically a 6 vibration because it's the 6 months of the year. That number 6 is associated with healing, nurturing your body system, your physical body for that matter. It's also about making sure you get yourself on your schedule to take care of yourself, meaning making sure you get the rest your body requires, the sleep your body requires, the hydration your body requires, strength training that most definitely your body requires, especially women over 40. And make sure you're learning how to fuel and feed your body so you are not depriving yourself or limiting yourself or restricting yourself of the nutrients your body needs in order to do the things you're looking to do in the course of your day. Because just sitting on your behind requires you to have a certain amount of calories so your body can function without slowing down. So with that 6 energy again, that's associated with your 6th house as well, which is very much associated, as I said, with your body's system and also associated with Virgo's energy. So with that being said, when we talk about the 8th energy, which is the universal energy of the year, that 8 is about the abundance, the harmony and balance that goes into your schedule so you can take care of yourself. It's also about your achievements, your success, your fame, your accomplishments. Now, when you add 6 and 8 together, you're going to get a 14. And that reduces down to a 5 energy. That 5 is a reminder that the month of June is change. Hello there, Anne. Nice of you to join me today. I appreciate you sharing your time with me on a Saturday night. So we talk about that 5. It's about change. It is about what are you willing to do this month, the month of June, to change something. And it doesn't matter how big of a change it is. In fact, small changes are actually better because it's more sustainable to change something small and do that every single day until eventually you reach the goal of what you're looking to reach. So I encourage small changes, small steps, rather than not doing anything at all. So if you're thinking you have to take this big, gigantic leap, and that leap is causing you to be afraid, I encourage you to take the leap, rather than taking the leap, see if you can minimize that down to something smaller. And that will help you. Hello there, Linda. I see I have people hopping in, so I'm just going to wait for more and more people to hop in. Thank you for being here with me tonight. Grab your pen and paper if you don't have a pen and paper, and also some water because you're going to definitely want to stay hydrated during this conversation. This is all about Gemini season. I know that Anne happens to have her sun energy in Gemini. Linda, I'm not quite sure where your energy is. I have a feeling you're a Virgo, if I'm not mistaken. I do believe I had that conversation with you at one point or another. So if you have your natal chart, please have it with you so you can let me know where things are on your natal chart and we can have a lovely conversation. So when we talk about this amazing energy for the month of June, it is about change. 6 is a major reminder that it's really time for you to start putting yourself on your schedule. Stop putting everything ahead of you and really start allowing yourself to experience whatever it is you need to experience. This 6-month energy is going to highlight different things for you based on what really needs to be taken care of. So pay attention to that as well. And really important, where do you have Gemini on your chart? What house is Gemini in? Because that's going to play a big part in the experience. So let's say, for example, you have Gemini in your second house. That means you're experiencing conversations with relationships, your friendships, your business partnerships, and the relationship you have with yourself. It's also about your money as well, that second house. Notice I said that it's not about your intimate relationships, it's really your friendships and partnerships, business partnerships for that matter. Let's say you have Gemini in your third house. Now, Gemini in your third house, that's a wild one because the third house is represented by Gemini and Mercury. So that is about massive communication. That's about learning and speaking and writing. So you may be in that energy of experiencing all that. There may be a big message that you're looking to share with the world. And this is a time to start scheduling that out. Writing the book, writing the article, getting your name out there, starting a podcast, whatever it is that you could share your message. So that's you, Gemini, third house. Pay attention to that. And that's just a few houses I'm speaking about. Now, of course, if you want to know specifically what house Gemini is in on your chart and what the meaning of it is, if you're following along here tonight with me live, you have this advantage where you can go ahead and write the house in the comments, and I will give you some insight to what that means for you based on the house that Gemini is sitting in. And I'm going to go over that a little bit more once we get to the card readings, to how the sun's energy is transiting whatever house is transiting for every person. Hello there, Olga. How are you? It's nice to see you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please grab your notebook and pen, taking some notes. I'm going to just give it another minute or two and see if more people come in before I dive in. And always know you can always go back to the replay if you happen to catch this midway. I do really want to try to stay on track with my time. So this way here, I know you can get back to what you need to do because you are committing yourself with me for the hour, and I want to honor that. So let's dive into this party, guys. We're going to start off this month with an amazing, amazing bunch of energies going on. And when we think about this, so, and you have your sun energy in your 11th house. That's about your community, if that's correct. That's about your community, the community, the collaborations, the socializing, the vision that you hold for yourself as well. So that's a powerful time for you. So making sure you get out into your community, making sure you're finding the right tribe that supports you on your journey, to support you on your health journey, your fitness journey, your strength journey. So this is a perfect time for that in your 11th house energy. 11th house is about your community, collaborations, and the vision. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so let's dive into this. So we start off the month. Like I said, this is a very powerful and busy month of June. For the most part, we have about 6 different aspects going on, 6 different transits going on throughout the entire month of June, starting in Gemini and moving into Cancer energy. So this is also for our Cancers as well, because there's a lot going on here. Right off the back, we start the month off. June 3rd is an extremely powerful day. And I'm only going to spend a little time on this particular energy, or because it does require a lot of time, and I'm actually going to do a different video for this. We have what's called the planetary train coming in on June 3rd. That means there's 6 planets. It's going to literally be a line that it's in the sky, and many people will get to see these 6 planets in the sky. And these 6 planets are, if you want to write this down, you can. We're going to have Jupiter, that's in Gemini. Mercury, that's in Gemini. Uranus, that's in Taurus. The moon, which on that particular day will be in Taurus, Mars in Taurus, Neptune in Pisces, and Saturn in Pisces. So when we think about this energy that we have going on, we have air, earth, and water. So 3 of the 4 elements in that, what they call planetary train energy. This is an extremely powerful energy that we are experiencing on the 3rd of June. Lots of communication taking place in regards to our relationships. And this whole aspect, when we think about this energy in regards to the lessons and what we're focusing on in regards to our structure as well. So paying attention on June 3rd to where your focus is. What are you thinking about on that day? You might even be thinking about it now, because we are literally feeling that planetary train taking place. Like I said, I'm not going to spend too much time on that because a lot of other things to take time on. I may do a live for that on a different day, so stay tuned for that. So yes, like I said, that planetary train on June 3rd, where you'll be able to literally see at, I think it's something like 3 a.m. in the morning, where you'll be able to actually see it in the sky. And lots of people talking about that energy. So in addition to June 3rd and the planetary train that's happening that day, Mercury will be entering Gemini. Now, Mercury is the ruler of Gemini energy. So that itself is something very powerful, because when a planet is actually in its home, it amplifies that energy. So anybody, again, who has Gemini in their sun, moon, or ascending, this is going to be a very powerful day for you, a powerful season with Mercury being in Gemini, where communication, speaking, writing will become more enhanced. This will be taking place at 2:37 a.m. So literally in the middle of the night. So you may want to, the night before, which is June 2nd, tomorrow night, you may want to keep your pen and notebook by your bedside, because there's a good probability that while you're sleeping rather, you may have some intensive dreams. It's going to bring some interesting messages that you may be looking for answers about. So pay attention to that. On June 4th, we're going to experience the new moon in Gemini as well. New moon energy is about inviting something new in. So this is a perfect time to start sitting down again, pen to paper, and set out your intentions to what you would like to experience in the month of June. What intentions? You can reflect back on the month of May. Ask yourself what you set out on your intentions for the recent new moon energy, and see if that has come through. Have you taken the steps to manifest the things you were looking to manifest in May? And if so, now it's time to work on something for June's energy. The new moon will take place at 8:38 a.m. So this is a morning new moon energy. So just as most of us are going to be at work at that point in time, that's when that energy is going to amplify for us. So now keep in mind, at that point in time on June 4th, we will literally have the sun, Venus, Mercury, and the moon all sitting in, and I think I left one out, and Jupiter. How did I leave out Jupiter? We will have 5 planets sitting in Gemini's energy. So the moon, the sun, Venus, Mercury, and Jupiter. 5 planets sitting in Gemini's energy. That is the stellium of energy. And I'm going to ask that you take a look at your chart and see where you have Mercury on your chart. What house is Mercury sitting in? And again, like I said, if you happen to have Mercury sitting in your 3rd house, that's going to be an intensive period of time for you, because that's the energy of Mercury and Gemini at that time. Then on June 7th through July 20th, Mars will be entering Taurus energy. Mars will be moving out of Aries, where it's been, and moving into Taurus energy, which is going to be in a conjunction with Uranus at that point in time, because Uranus is still sitting in Taurus energy. With Mars moving into Taurus, this is going to be about the action, the strength, the determination you will have. It will give you to have in regards to getting something moving regarding your relationship. So whatever you've been experiencing, let's say in the months of May and April, when we had that stellium energy with Taurus, where we had 5 planets at that time in Taurus energy, now we're down to just 2 as of June 7th. This is your time to visit your relationship and pay attention, because Taurus is associated with your physical body. So what action are you going to need to take to make sure your body is as healthy as it needs to be? Keeping in mind that with Mars being in Taurus, this could very well activate physical ascensions. So you may experience some physical symptoms showing up, and that's just your body's way of letting you know that there's something that needs your attention. So please pay attention to that as well. And that again will be taking place on June 7th. I'm sorry, June 9th. Can't even read my own writing. Through July 20th, and that occurs, Mars will be entering Taurus at exactly 12:35 a.m. So later in that night. So that's when that is happening for us. So pay attention also. Look at where Mars is on your chart. What house is Mars in? Because Mars is going to be activated once Mars enters Taurus on your chart. The same way Taurus will be activated on your chart because there's something that's going to be lit up. There's something that's going to be worked on. You're going to be determined to want to get something done when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to your physical material possession. This may be a perfect time to, if you have not already started decluttering, this may be a perfect time to declutter. Clean out the closet, clean out your drawer, clean out your car, clean out whatever you need to clean out to start making space. Space. Very important to start making space and start even cleaning out your refrigerator. I just heard that loud and clear. This is a perfect time to reinvent your relationship with your body in regards to fueling and feeding your body. So no more dieting, no more calorie counting, no more calorie restriction. Mars and Taurus is a perfect time to reinvent the relationship you have with food so you can become a healthier version of yourself. As we move on June 17th through July 11th, Venus enters Cancer. So right now, Venus is sitting in Gemini energy until June 17th. Then it will be entering Cancer energy. And that's about home. Cancer is your home. Cancer is your family, so to speak. Cancer is also associated with your body and your workspace. And being that Venus will be entering Cancer, it's a gentle approach. It's the loving approach. It's, do you feel valued? Do you feel seen? Do you feel heard when it comes to your family? Now, family could be birth related, and it also could be people that you've adopted over the years to be your family. So paying attention to that as well, where at that point in time, Venus will be leaving Gemini and moving into Cancer. So that's when we're going to begin to start seeing that shift happening where we're not going to have as much energy sitting in Gemini as of June 17th. In addition to, on June 17th, Mercury also will be entering Cancer at 5:07 a.m. Now, notice earlier I said that Mercury on June 3rd will be entering Gemini, and then by June 17th, Mercury is going to be entering Cancer. That's a very short period of time that Mercury is going to be sitting in Gemini, and it's literally speeding through Gemini and moving into Cancer. I always believe that when we have a planet that speeds through, as opposed to spends its usual time in a sign, there's going to be a lot that takes place in that time. Mercury is about your communication, your traveling, your learning, your listening skills, your writing skills, your speaking skills. So in that short period of time that Mercury enters Gemini, I want you to be aware of what it is you are going to be learning. What is it you're going to be speaking about? What is it you're going to, what conversations are you going to be having with yourself, with others, and of course, spirit. And most importantly, with your body. So pay attention to that as well. Because as it shifts out of Gemini and moves into Cancer, that's a whole different thing. Because now it's a point where, again, now we'll have Venus and Mercury moving more into your family setting, into home, into the conversation. What conversations will you be having that perhaps you haven't had for a while? So this is an opportunity perhaps to pick up the phone and have a conversation with someone. And again, depending on where you do have Cancer in your chart, what house is Cancer sitting in? For me, I have Cancer sitting in my first house. So it is about my I am statement, is about how I feel when it comes to my family members. My question to you, if again you're with me, put in the comments where you have Cancer. What house is Cancer in for you? And perhaps I can give you some insight to what may take place for you once we have Venus and Mercury sitting in Cancer energy. So pay attention to that. Paying attention to that. Just want to double check something. I always like to double check. Yes. So paying attention to that. Now we're going to move on. So we already know that again by June 17th, Venus and Mercury will be transiting out of Gemini and moving into Cancer energy, so moving more into home, moving more into connection with family, that connection you do have with your body, the connection you also have with work. I always um, associate Cancer energy with the space of home, and home is your work, your body, and your family. So those three sections, depending on where you have Cancer sitting and what house it's in, will get lit up for you and what you'll be learning during that time. Keeping in mind that when we talk about astrology and we talk about all these placements and we talk about transiting, this is an opportunity for you to learn and experience something. And by experiencing something, that means you're learning something about yourself that can help you change and just become a different version of you. All right, so Anne says, not sure about the Cancer one, that not that advanced on the chart. That's all right. Just so you do know, Anne, the Cancer symbol is the number 69. That might help you. Cancer symbol 69. Now, if you have your Gemini in your 11th house, it's a good probability you have Cancer in your 12th house, because they sort of go back to back. So take a look at your 12th house and confirm that. It could also play a little bit in your 11th house and 12th house as well. So just look at that for that moment. All right, we're going to move on. Now that we already know about Venus and Mercury at that point in time, shifting gears. Before we go further, keeping in mind that we do have Jupiter sitting in Gemini energy, that has occurred in May. I believe that literally happened right on May 20th. Maybe not. Let me see if I can get the exact date for it. Oh no, May 25th. That Jupiter entered Gemini season. We'll be there for 13 months. I've been chatting about that for quite some time now. And where you have Jupiter on your chart, whatever house that's in, that's where it's going. You're going to receive that experience and that expansion. I happen to have Jupiter in my 4th house in Scorpio, so there's an expansion that's taking place between my home, which is 4th house. So share to be Cancer. It's in Scorpio, so it is about the shadow work. It's about the endings and the transformations coming through. All right, moving on. As we move on past June 17th, where we're slowly getting ready to move out of Gemini season with the sun on June 20th, the sun will enter Cancer at 4:51 p.m. So we are slowly moving out of Gemini, the experience that we're having. Keeping in mind, though, that even though we move out of Gemini with the sun, we still will have several planets sitting in Gemini energy, specifically Jupiter, as Jupiter will be in Gemini right until 13 months, which will put us right into 2026. So lots going on with that Jupiter. So again, pay attention to where you have Jupiter on your chart, because that's where it's being highlighted, amplified, and where you're getting the experience from. On June 20th, as mentioned, we have the summer solstice and the sun entering Cancer season. So at that point in time, we will be celebrating Cancers. Excuse me. And then the day after the 21st, we have the full moon in Capricorn. Now, just like the new moon is about new beginnings and setting your new intentions, full moon's about endings. Full moons are about sitting back and reflecting on what it is you want to let go of. Being that it is in Capricorn, this would be about what is it you want to let go of regarding the work that you're doing. Your soul's work. Capricorn is about your soul's work. It's about your success. It's about your fame. And it's about your achievements as well. Excuse me one second. So that full moon in Capricorn is going to highlight your moon energy. So whatever your moon energy is, pay attention to what shows up for you at that point in time. The full moon occurs at 9:08 p.m. So again, if you happen to Be it Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Ascending, that moon is going to highlight you specifically because it's literally hitting your major three planets. Excuse me. And last but not least, and I say last but not least, on June 29th at exactly 3:07 p.m., which is the middle of the afternoon, Saturn, the planet of structure, foundation, boundaries, karmic cycles, and resetting, which is currently in Pisces and will be in Pisces, will go retrograde. What does that mean for all of us? Hello there, Isabella. How are you, my love? What does that mean for all of us? Well, that means that there's going to be some reflection, reviewing, revisiting, recharging, releasing, and resetting your boundaries, your foundation, your structure. Your foundation and structure, when I speak of that, I speak again, your home life, your workspace, and your body. Specifically your workspace. So if something not aligned with the work that you're doing, if your work does not serve your purpose, there's a good probability that you may start to get that feeling that it's time to let it go during that retrograde cycle. Now, when we think about that retrograde cycle, at that point in time, it will be the second planet that's retrograde because we have that Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. So keep in mind of that energy. Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn's energy, and because that literally takes place 9 days after the full moon, you may very well feel that energy from the full moon because of Saturn's retrograde. So pay attention again to what's going on in your work. When I speak of work, what's going on in your soul's work? Are you serving your soul's purpose? Is the work that you're doing daily that you spend a lot of time in, does that serve your purpose? Does that fill you up? Or are you working in a 3D job that is helping you pay your material bills but doesn't fill you up? And if that is the case, you may start to notice that things get a little sticky there once Saturn takes its retrograde. So those are the highlights that's taking place for June. So let's take a breath here because that's a lot. That is a lot. Especially because we do start off the month on June 3rd with that planetary train that's coming in with 6 planets all aligned. And I'm going to review that again for some of you who just popped in. Those 6 planets that are aligned will be Jupiter, that's in Gemini, Mercury, that's in Gemini, Uranus in Taurus, the Moon in Taurus at that time, Mars in Taurus, Neptune in Pisces, and Saturn in Pisces. So it's a lot of energy taking place, connecting from the earth to the air to the water energies. A lot of energy taking place, and super busy months of lots of energy going on, and how that influences us. I always like to say that in theory, when we have these many transits happening in a short period of time, it's also a matter of it's also a matter of literally the word just went out of my head. So give me a minute just so I can get the word into my head. Literally the word went out of my head. But anyway, when we have this much energy going on at one time, the veil, portal, there we go. The portal energy, we literally are experiencing portals because when you think about it, June 3rd, June 4th, we have energy. June 9th, we have energy. So literally within 7 days, we are going to experience 3 different transits. That's a portal. The 17th to 20th and 21, 3 days, theoretically, there's a portal. So that's a second portal in the month of June. And then, of course, we have that full moon that takes place and the retrograde that takes place. Massive portals. And I'm not even talking to you about numerology at this point. I'm just talking to you about planetary shifts that's happening. And that planetary train that's occurring on June 3rd, that's a massive portal. And for those of you that do not understand what portals are, hello, Labina, how are you, my dear? A portal is when the veil between the spiritual realm and the human realm becomes really thin, making it really easy to access spirit. It also makes it really easy for those who are not well to transition over. So during these portals, you may hear about more people crossing over during this month. So should that happen, that's a portal energy that we have going on. It's very common. So be aware of it. Be aware of it and just be compassionate. Show your love, show your respect, because you just never know what someone's going through during this portal energy that we are experiencing. So all that being said, I want to bring in one more date that's not about June. It is about July. And I'm only bringing this date in now because it's so close to the Saturn retrograde that I had to bring this one in. On July 2nd, Neptune will begin its retrograde at 8:40 a.m. Neptune is also in Pisces, so Saturn and Neptune will literally be in retrograde at the same time in Pisces. Now, for those of you who may not understand Pisces energy, hello there, Cheryl, how are you? Pisces is associated with the 12th house, so it is about tying up the loose ends. It is about getting to getting the secrets to come out. It is about your psychic abilities. It's also about service and suffering as well. So when we speak of Saturn and Neptune both being in retrograde, and again, look at your chart. See where you have Pisces on your chart. See where you have Saturn. See where you have Neptune. Because these are going to be the places that could be highlighted for you during this retrograde period. I do not have the actual dates to how long both will be retrograde for, but they will be retrograde for some time, more than a month. And if you are interested in knowing the dates, please email me or message me, and I will get you the exact dates to when these particular planets will be retrograde for. So it can help you out. Hello there, Chris. How are you? So when we think about two of these planets that are both in Pisces energy, this is an opportunity for you to review your intuition, to review your psychic abilities, to review whatever secrets you're holding, whatever stories you've told yourself up until now. This can be the time where you start to release those stories and start being truthful to yourself. This is the time to start asking yourself, do I really still want to struggle, or do I want to be in service? I also want you to pay attention to anybody who has their energy in 12th house. You have your sun in your 12th house. If you have any of these planets in your 12th house energy is a big deal, a very big deal. And those of you who do have energies in their 12th house, any planets in their 12th house, specifically your sun or north node, this is a legacy that you're going to be leaving behind. So that's a big deal. You may want to get schedule a reading with me to learn more about that energy in your 12th house. And those of you who don't have any planets in your 12th house means you've done the work in your past life, so it's not as important for you to focus on in this lifetime. So in theory, thinking of these energies, and at that point, once we do hit July, we will then have Pluto, Neptune, and Saturn in retrograde. That's 3 big planets in retrograde. And anytime we go through retrograde cycles, that means it's time for us to review things and reflect and work on letting things go. So again, what are we going to be experiencing? What are we going to be experiencing? All right, so let's dive into the card reading. We're just about 8:03. I'm pretty much on track, on time. So I'm going to be reading cards for each zodiac signs. This is not about private readings. This is not about personal readings. This is about collective energy. How this will work. I'd like you to take a look at your ascending sign specifically, and also your sun and moon. Why not? So when I'm reading for each zodiac sign, if you have your sun, moon, or ascending there, then that card's going to be for you. Now, when I'm reading for Aries, theoretically, let me backtrack. If you have a different sign for sun, moon, and ascending, you will have 3 cards you'll be working with, possibly 3 different chakras, and different numbers as well. Now, if you have a triple threat where you have one zodiac sign for all 3 of your major planets, then you're going to have one one particular card to work with. The same goes if, let's say, your sun and moon is in one sign, but your ascending is in another, then you'll have two cards to work with. The idea is that you have to do some work. So whatever the color that shows up, that color represents your chakra. You need to do the work on that chakra so you can be more aligned to all the planetary shifts that are coming through. I will be starting with Aries, and with, this is associated with the Cancer season energy. So, I'm sorry, Gemini season energy. So all the planets that are sitting in Gemini right now is transiting Aries' third house. So we have Venus, we have Venus, the Sun, Jupiter, and as of the third, Mercury as well, all sitting in the third house for Aries. And that's about Aries learning to communicate, Aries learning to listen, Aries learning to speak up. Your I am statement, and today the moon happens to be in Aries, so I'm sure you Aries out there are feeling that energy. So let's see what's in store for our Aries. All right, the card makes sense, self-love. That makes a lot of sense because with all that energy sitting in your third house, this is the experience, What are you experiencing with all this Gemini in your third house? For Aries. That's where Gemini is sitting for you. That's where Gemini is transiting on your chart, your third house energy. This is about communication. This is about learning. This is about speaking. This is about teaching. This is about writing. This is about starting maybe a podcast. This is also maybe starting a book. So our Aries energy, get rooted, get grounded, get focused. That's that red energy. 7-3, this is your 10. This is your soul's work. So during Gemini season, this is about your soul's work, Aries. Get really clear with your soul's work. What is your soul's work? And how can you express your soul's work? Very important to love yourself because, again, with Gemini transiting your third house, it's being able to express yourself. Expressing yourself. So that's our Aries energy. All right, for our Taurus, and like I said, our moon today and tomorrow are in Aries, and we also have Mars and Chiron in Aries. So there's a lot going on for Aries besides Gemini transiting your third house. All right. For our Taurus, keep in mind that right now you only have Uranus in your sign right now, considering we just had this stellium of energy sitting in your sign, and shortly you'll have other planets coming into your sign, but for right now you just have Uranus. So Gemini is transiting your second house, which is about your physical material possession. It is about your money, and it's also about your body. So during this Gemini season, you are definitely one of the zodiac signs that needs to take care of your health. You need to take care of your getting involved with an exercise routine, learning to eat better, because that's that second house energy, your physical body. And your card is love partnership. Now, a love partnership does not necessarily mean a love partnership. It's a partnership you have with yourself. Now, if you are in a relationship, it could definitely be a love partnership as well because it's your second house. Is there chaos going on between you and your partner? You and your children, you and your friends. Taurus is about your relationships. How do you see yourself? Are you feeling valued and accepted and appreciated? 6-3 is that 9 energy, so this is a great time to work on letting go of anything that's not serving that relationship. So you may want to have a sit down and talk about whatever it is that's not working in the friendship, in the relationships. Love partnerships is about your friendships. Remember, second house is not about your intimate relationship. It's really about your friendships and business partnerships. So whatever's not working, this is the perfect time to work on letting it go. Have a conversation, share your thoughts, and come up with a different agreement. Come up with a different agreement. So that's our Taurus energy. And it's the throat chakra, by the way, people. So that's definitely about communication. So there's a conversation. Yes, yes. Moving into our Gemini. So, of course, obviously, the Sun is transiting your first house. So this is definitely about new beginnings, a new way of doing things, being the leader, speaking up differently, writing differently, writing that new book, getting it out there, marketing yourself, being the leader. And you do have a lot of energy. That Jupiter in your sign, the Sun in your sign, Venus in your sign. So this is new age. You should be feeling on top of the world. Are you feeling on top of the world? And are you feeling on top of the world with all this energy in your first house? And when I speak of the first house, that the Sun is transiting your first house, that's the collective energy. Doesn't mean that Gemini on your chart is in your first house. Just means the collective energy. The Sun is transiting the first house. Just so it doesn't confuse anybody. So let's see what card Gemini needs to know. Okay, Gemini, your card is in reverse. Fearless. So whatever it is that's causing you to be afraid, causing you to slow down, causing you to sort of get stuck in your tracks, this is not the time to be afraid. This Jupiter in Gemini energy is about the experience. This is about your expansion. This is about doing some work. Venus in Gemini is about really stepping into who you are and honoring that. That orange energy is your sacral chakra. This is about being confident and courageous and strong enough to do something different. Be fearless, not fearful. 7-8 is that 6 energy. So this is about taking time to take care of yourself. Taking time to release whatever shame, guilt, or blame that you might be carrying about whatever circumstances you're carrying it on, and allow yourself that opportunity to do something different, considering it is your first house energy. This is your new beginning. This is your renewal. This is your birthplace. So I'm loving that for our Gemini, working on your sacral energy. Release judgment, shame, guilt, and blame. Step into your confidence and courageousness, and make sure you're scheduling time for you. Love that. All right, Cancers. This is the Sun is transiting your 12th house energy, and that's about letting things go. That's about tying up those loose ends. It's about, do you want to serve or do you want to struggle? And you get the choice. You get to decide if you want to serve or struggle. This is also about letting those secrets reveal themselves. And tapping into your intuition. For you Cancers out there, tapping into your intuition. I love the Gemini card too. All right, so let's see what we need to know for Cancer. This one actually hits my ascending sign, so I'm going to pay attention to what it shows up as. Loving it for Cancer. So this is a new beginning. So because it is in your 12th house, you're tying up a loose end, which means you're tying things up. You're letting go of what no longer serves you. You're working through, again, do you want to serve or struggle? You get to choose. You don't have to struggle. Things can be easy when you start to utilize your intuition. And Cancer is your water sign, so you have intuition. It's time to tap into it. That 10 energy is reminding you that this is your soul's work to do. So whatever you are struggling through, it's just an experience. It's not a life sentence. Trust that purple energy. Trust that you have support. You have an entire team supporting you on your journey. Call on them. Call on them. You're not alone in this journey. You're not meant to do anything by yourself. Call on them. Tap into your higher wisdom. Tap into your intuition. And utilize that 12th house energy, which is very much associated with Pisces. So allow yourself this opportunity to let things go and move into something fantastic. Love that for our Cancers. All right, our Leos. Leos, this is about your community. This is about collaborating. This is about going out, networking, socializing, have fun, date. Yes, 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 date. Tap into your creativity, tap into your self-expression, tap into fun. That's what this is all about for you, Leos. This is about expression. This is about speaking up. This is about using your charisma to get what you want. Powerful energy. Show up, show up, show up. Remember that 11th house is where that expansion is coming collectively for you. Where do you have Jupiter in your chart? Because you can use this energy to your advantage. For Leos, this is about a rebirth. With that 11th house energy of collaborating and networking and brainstorming, this is an opportunity for you to get reborn. See yourself in a different light. That 21 associated with Gemini, that's 3. What is the experience that you are having? The pink energy is about the high heart, compassion, compassion, compassion. Have compassion for yourself. Have compassion for yourself. Yes. Yes. And get out and network, get out and have fun, get out and socialize. So it's a mix of socializing and it's a mix of networking. So a little bit of both for Leos. This is a fun time for Leos. Virgos. So with Leos, it's about fun and play and socializing and business ships as well. For Virgos, it's all work. It's all about your soul's work. It's all about tapping into your fame, tapping into your purpose, tapping into what you're achieving, tapping into what you've achieved already. So that's this Gemini energy. What is your experience? This is a time where you're experiencing something brand new. You are, how I'm seeing it is you're like this butterfly that's opening up and moving into something brand new, your soul's work, accomplishment, success, and fame. So this Gemini season is about fame for you. That's right, fame, success. Money changes, money increases. That's fun for our Virgos. I don't know if Linda's still here, but if she is, I'm hoping you're hearing this. All right, so the card for Virgo. This card showed up for Aries. It's now showing up for Virgo. Self-love. So yes, you do require self-love during this time because when you are in your soul's work, sometimes we get caught up and we get a little sad because it seems overwhelming when we have to be in our soul's work and focusing on fame and the experience behind it. And sometimes we end up having to let something go or something is let go of in order for you to move into your success and fame. Embrace it. Embrace it, embrace it, embrace it. Get out into nature. Do something that's going to fill you up to bring more joy and happiness into your life. Because the minute you can shift your energy from, let's say, being sad about something being let go, and you can shift your energy to happy, you're going to start to notice all the great experiences coming through with Gemini season and how you're going to start to experience the fame, the joy, and the excitement. 7-3 is that 10 energy. So this is doing something different. So whatever you've been doing up until now, if you've been not feeling up at your highest good, this is time to shift that so you can begin to feel at your highest good. This is about your soul's work. Gemini season is about your soul's work. Experience it. You have to let something go for something to come in. Great things are coming in for you, though. You have success, you have fame, achievements, award, recognition, accomplishments, all coming through. Tap into the self-love. Love on yourself. Feel good about this energy. I know I do. I'm feeling good for those Virgos out there. All right, we're halfway through. Hello there, Jahari. I know I said your name wrong. My apologies. Moving into our Libra energy. And remember for you Virgos, with this mutable energy we have going on, which is Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, you guys are feeling this Gemini season because it's all mutable energy. For our Libras, for you Libras out there, remember you have the South Node sitting in your energy right now. And that's about what you left in your past life and what you're here to bring to balance. So Gemini, the sun is transiting your 9th house. So this is very much about the higher learning. This is about taking on maybe a new course, a new workshop. This is about learning something. It's also about traveling. So you may be traveling. I just heard traveling overseas. So whoever that's for, you may be traveling overseas to learn something new. A new language is what I just heard too. So I don't know who that's for, but it's for somebody who's here. So if you happen to have your sun, moon, or ascending in Libra, that could be for you. It's also about your dream state as well, because 9th house is dream state. So pay attention to your dreams. Notebook and pen at your bedside. So this way here, when you wake in the morning, you can jot down whatever shows up. Your messages are going to come through that way. So let's see, what do we need for our Libras? It's also about truth-telling as well. So be truthful to yourself. Allow your body to guide you. Trust your intuition. Your card's in reverse. And there's a completion, but there's a reverse. It's reverse here, which means you're resisting something that needs to end. You're resisting something that needs to end. What are you resisting? You have to let it go. You have to let it go. Whatever it is that needs to end, you have to let it go. During this Gemini season, it's extremely important to let it go. Because if you don't let it go, you're going to block whatever's supposed to come in. That sacral energy is allowing yourself to let go of the guilt. Let go of guilt, let go of shame, let go of blame even. So this way here you can complete whatever it is you need to complete. It could be about ending a project. It could be about putting an end to something you've been working on for quite some time. Maybe a podcast for that matter. It could be time to end it. It's ran its course. It's time to go. Trust it, trust it, trust it. This way it allows you to move on to your creativity. Your sacral energy is your creativity. Because the card's in reverse, you're not feeling very creative right now because you're holding on to something that needs to go. So you let it go before the universe decides to let it go. Alrighty, that is our Libra energy. Moving into our Scorpio. Scorpio, the sun is transiting your 8th house, which is really about your shadow work, which is your child moon energy. And keeping in mind that right now Chiron is in Aries, so there's a lot about your I am statement. And with the moon in Aries today, that could be highlighting some of your childhood triggers. So during your shadow work and working on letting go of what you need to let go of so you can transform what experiences are you having. I recommend you keep a journal during the season to really get to the nitty-gritty of whatever it is that triggers you, is what I just heard. So keeping a journal and writing down whatever it is that triggers you, that shifts your mood. So let's see, what do we need to know for our Scorpios? Your card's in reverse as well. A lot of reverse cards. This is like the 3rd reverse card. So this is about learning to listen and be truthful. Listen and be truthful. Listen to spirit and then be truthful to yourself. The shadow work. That 3 energy is the experience, the communication. The yellow is trusting the process. Trusting that whatever it is you're experiencing, you're supposed to experience it. And trusting that wherever you are right now, you're supposed to be there. So listen and listen to the truth. Be truthful to yourself. As you let go and transform, you're going to bring in new energies. So that's our Scorpio energy. All right, our Sagittarius. Now for you Sagittarius, because of course Gemini is your opposition sign, so there's a lot going on for you. The sun is transiting your 7th house, which is about your contracts. It's about your marriage, which means your intimate relationship. It's also the habits, beliefs, and programmings that you're married to. This could be a perfect time to review those and see if they still fit with you. Because it is your 7th house as well. It's also about the relationships that you have with yourself and others and your body as well. So pay attention to 7th house because it's associated with Libra, and Libra is associated with Venus. So there's a connection there with your body. And when you bring your body back into balance, you will feel more connected to your higher wisdom. So it's really important to bring things back into balance. So whatever's throwing you off balance right now, it's time to quiet yourself down, go into meditation, daily meditation, and start asking, what do you need to bring more balance into your life? I know for Sagittarius, you like to live freely, be on the go, constantly changing things up. But there's something that you need right now that needs to bring more balance. Maybe there's a relationship that you're in that's throwing you off course. It could be time to evaluate that relationship and see if that relationship is worthwhile continuing. You know, it could be a friendship. It could be where your philosophies aren't matching. And sometimes it's not about ending the relationship. It could just be, again, about having a conversation and see if both parties can get onto the same page so philosophies match. Because that 7th house is about your marriage. It's about your philosophies. It's about justice. It's about your contracts. The contract you have with yourself and others. The contract you have with your body as well. Your body is your biggest temple. Your body helps you to navigate through whatever's going on for you. As Sagittarius, it's about your dream state. It is about traveling. It's about your higher wisdom. Everything needs to be in balance for you during this Gemini season so you can experience things and enjoy it. All right, the card for our Sagittarius is surrender. Surrender. It is your heart center, so there's something you definitely need to surrender. This definitely has to do with your intimate relationship. So if you are in a marriage, this is a time to sit down and have a conversation with your partner, see their point of view, and then surrender whatever resistance you may have with that. If you're not in a relationship, then this is the relationship with yourself. So you need to surrender whatever resistance you're having with yourself, that tug of war perhaps. That 6-8 is your 5. There's a change that must come through during this Gemini season in order for you to have more balance during the season. So work on that change, work on the heart energy so you're not feeling so heavy in your heart and you can experience more of the joy that this Gemini season can bring you. Remember, the opposition signs means there is some resistance, there's some friction with all this Gemini energy sitting in your 7th house. So there is a lot of friction. Remember, you got the sun there, you got Venus, which is about your relationships, your values, your physical material possessions. You may be questioning, are you feeling appreciated? Are you feeling respected? Are you feeling valuable? You may be questioning all that. It's also about that that energy that we have going on with Jupiter, the expansion. These things may be showing up so you can expand. So surrender, surrender, surrender. See all sides to the story. All right? Moving into our Capricorn energy. So the sun is transiting your 6th house. So definitely about exercise. It's really important to get on track with your health and fitness, your hydration, rest and sleep, making sure you're taking care of yourself, making sure you are on your schedule, making sure you're being your own doctor. That's 6 energy is about your body system. In order for you to be as determined and strong and focused at the work that you're here to do, you need to make sure you take care of yourself. So make sure you take care of yourself. And keeping in mind, once Saturn begins its retrograde at the end of the month, that's going to affect your sign as well because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn's energy. So there's a lot going on there, but at that point in time, the sun will no longer be transiting your 6th house. It will be moving, and it will be moving more into your, let's see. It will be moving into your 7th house, so that there will be a different energy going on. So for this season right now, it really is about taking care of yourself, getting yourself on your schedule, making sure you do your daily activities, strength training, fueling and feeding, hydration, whatever it is you need to do to take care of yourself so you can be at your best and strongest version of yourself. Let's see what card our Capricorns need to read, need to know. There we go. Oh, this card showed up before too. Lots of doubles today. This is about your sacral energy. This is about stepping into your confidence. Let go of judgment. Let go of shame. Let go of guilt. Let go of blame. And allow yourself to be fearless. This is about doing the healing work. That 6 energy is the healing work. This is about the wound that you carry from your childhood. This is about the energy you carry on your mother and all other women as well. So working on your wound chakra, even perhaps your childhood wound for that matter, this is scheduling time to take care of you. That's our Capricorn energy. All right, Aquarius. So for you, Aquarius, you know by now that Pluto is transiting your energy and in retrograde right now. So this is about your vision. This is about massive change that's coming through. I'm going to pay attention to this because my moon is in Aquarius and so is Mercury. So some massive changes coming through. You have to be courageous enough to make the changes. So if there's something you're looking to change, take the steps to change it. Otherwise, during this retrograde, Pluto is going to be sweeping things away for you. This is about your experience. This is about your vision. This is about your collaboration. This is about how you see yourself. Allow yourself to show up as authentically and transparently as you can. Be the weird one in the group. Yes, I said it. And keep in mind that those of you who do carry a Chiron moon in Aquarius, that's highlighting that as well, because with Pluto being in Aquarius is highlighting any place you have your Aquarius placement. So if you have Chiron there, if you have Mercury there, wherever that is, pay attention because there's change coming through in that segment. Do I have any folks in the group here that carry a Chiron moon in Aquarius? If you happen to know that. I don't know if Cheryl is still here with me, but I know that she happens to carry a Chiron moon in Aquarius. All right, so let's see what card Aquarius needs to know. All right, so Aquarius, your card is showing up in reverse as well. And this one's a biggie. This one's a biggie. This one's about forgiveness. Yes, yes, yes. So Cheryl, I know, yes, you have your Aquarius moon in Chiron. So yes, this Pluto energy is definitely transiting your fifth house at this point in time. So interesting. So the card for Aquarius is forgiveness, but notice it's in reverse, which means there's something you're resisting. You're not ready to forgive something. It's time to forgive. Do the work. With Pluto being in retrograde in Aquarius, do the work. Let it go. Move into your higher wisdom. Allow yourself to let it go. That 9 energy is about letting go so you can transform. No sense in holding on to grudges. The only person that bothers and hurts is you. So work on forgiveness. So all of you who have your sun, moon, and ascending in Aquarius, forgive, forgive, forgive. Forgive, forgive, forgive. There you go. That purple energy is your higher self. Tap into your spirit. Ask them to help you forgive. Whatever needs forgiving. It may be about forgiving yourself. Whatever it is that you're hard on yourself or you're judging yourself about, forgive yourself. This may not be about having to forgive somebody else. It may be about forgiving yourself. So if you carry sun, moon, or ascending in Aquarius, maybe you do have that Chiron moon in Aquarius. This is your time to forgive yourself. There you have it. What experience is wrapped around what it is you need to forgive? That's this Gemini energy. Last but not least, we have our Pisces in the 4th house. The sun is transiting. This is about your home, your family, your body, your work. It's your home. It's your home. Remember that you do have Neptune and Saturn sitting in your sign. So there's a lot going on. Your spiritual evolution, your spiritual dreams, your spiritual wisdom. Wow. There's a lot going on, and they both will be going retrograde very shortly. So there's going to be a lot of things getting ready to travel in your home. When Saturn goes retrograde, the sun will be transiting in your fifth house rather than your 4th house. So there'll be a change there. And I always like to double check that just to be sure. So let me just make sure I said that right. Yeah, when the sun transfers, excuse me, hello, let me learn how to speak, you think? Actually, at that point in time, when Saturn will be transiting in retrograde, which will be at the end of at the end of June, yes, we will be in Cancer season at that point in time. So the sun will be transiting your 5th house. So there'll be changes that's coming through due to that retrograde. And Neptune will be there too. So let's see what we need to know for now. I have my sun in Pisces. This is about your home. This is about your work. This is about your body. Let's see what we need to know there. What experience we're going to have there. Last but not least, here we go. Communication. Love that one. Communication. When we speak of communication, it's a perfect experience with Gemini's energy. What is it you're communicating? What conversations are you having? Who are you communicating with? And paying attention at the 4th house, I like to say, is about your home, meaning your body, your work, and your family. Your body, your body, your body. As Pisces, you are the most intuitive sign there is, and you're very, very intuitive. So pay attention to the conversations that your body is having with you. Notice the energy, the 12, that's your portal. That's doing something different and recognizing the partnerships you do have with spirit and the conversations and collaborations you're having with them as well. Not just with spirit, but with family members, friends, and those that you have brought in as family members. So compassion, joy, and kindness, and grace, and peace, and patience is the words for our Pisces. Lots of words going on there. So there you have it, guys. There you have it. Perfectly done. All 12 zodiac signs. So again, just to review, what you're going to do is you're going to come back. If you didn't take notes, come back and take notes. Take a look at your sun, moon, and ascending sign. Whatever signs they're in, come back and write down the notes to those signs. So for me, I happen to have my moon in Aquarius, so I will look at the Aquarius card. I have my sun in Pisces, so I'm going to look at that Pisces card. And I have my ascending in Cancer, so I'm going to look at my Cancer card. And those three cards are going to give me information to work on the chakras. Each card had 3 different colors, so I'll be working on 3 different chakras. If hypothetically you have 3 cards and 2 of the cards are the same color, means that you really have to work on that one chakra. And there you have it. There's always work to be done when you work with me. When we pull out my cards, there's work for you to be done. So please go back and revisit the video. Write down the chakra that showed up for you. Do the work. If you're not sure how to do the work so you can clear whatever chakras need clearing, very simple. Just visualize the color of that chakra. When you watch the video, whatever the color of the card is, this is heart chakra. So visualize that green energy if that card's for you. And work on clearing whatever needs to be cleared. It doesn't take that much work. If you need support or assistance, please reach out. My email is right there. You can email me. You can message me. I also want to share an offering with you. I'm going to bring it up on the screen. So bear with me a moment. All right. I have a private group on Facebook. It's a membership called Strong Over 40. For anyone who's interested, it's obviously for women. It's a 6-month membership. It's $288. There's a lot of fun things going on in that membership where we will meet. I'll give you a listing of how often we will be meeting. There are already things in the group. There's videos there, exercise videos. There's going to be healing videos. There's going to be videos based on the astrology insight. We will come together in Zoom sessions where we come together face to face to really get to know each other and take a deep dive in discovering who you are from a soul's level. If you are interested in doing work with me, and this might be the best way of doing it. So if you like to sign up, we can only sign up theoretically once a month, which is the first of the month. So you can sign up tonight. It's $288. If you prefer to do month to month, it's $65 per month. You can only sign up on the first of the month, so you can sign up tonight, and then the next time you can sign up would be July. Now, you can sign up at any time throughout the month. However, you will not get access to the actual program until the first of the month. So if you are interested in coming and joining this private group on Facebook where we'll come together, there'll be so much there for you. For that $288 $288 for the 6-month membership. That's 6 months, $288 that you can work with me. In the group, there'll be times where we get to work one-on-one. And anyone who decides to take advantage of this tonight, right after this video, you're going to get a free session with me of a self-growth discovery session where we're going to dive in for 30 minutes. Those sessions are $150. So if you would like to sign up for that Strong Over 40 6-month membership, go ahead and type in right now the word yes, and I will go ahead and message you in regards to how you can go about making your payment and also schedule your self-growth discovery session with you. I would love to see you in there. I would love to see you in there. So anyway, there you have it. There you have it. Again, right there on my screen, $288, 6-month membership, Strong Over 40 for you ladies over 40. And of course, if you're a woman who's not over 40 and you want to sign up, you're welcome to as well. I won't deny you. Anyhow, it was a fun time with you all tonight. Remember to come back, rewatch, take notes, and let me know how things go. This is going to be a wild ride for the month of June. I would love for you to come join me this Monday night, the first Monday, which is June 3rd. On my TV show, Strong Island Television, Joanne's Healing Within. I will be sharing more information with you. Not quite sure what the topic's going to be just yet, but I'll be posting it. I'd like to thank all of you for spending your Saturday night with me. I do appreciate you and value and respect you for doing that because I know you could be doing something else. Till next time, Have yourself an amazing, amazing night wherever you are in the world. Bye-bye for now.